10 bad bitches in a mash. Rich on Millie rock them diamonds on me dancing. When you working hard, then your money start expanding. I got model bitches wanna lick me like some candy.
Okay, so guys, I realized that I don't have a eyebrow tutorial up on my channel, so I am here to record one for you guys. So first things first, when doing your eyebrows, you have to identify the problem eyebrow. The eyebrow that will not let you ever be great in life. The eyebrow that's always going to give you the hard time. That wipe over 17 times and start all over again eyebrow. So this is my first thing I do when I'm doing my eyebrows. I just go ahead and quickly groom them. I just get any of the little hairs that's growing where they're not supposed to be growing at, just get them off. You want to use a sharp razor for this. Well, if you're a beginner, use a dull razor, but because the other day I used a sharp razor and I think I about messed myself up. So you can use tweezers, but I just think a razor is way faster than tweezers. And then I get the middle. Okay, so now I'm using a spoolie. I'm going to brush my hairs up. So I just kind of brush them up. Then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow. And this is in dark brown. Sometimes I like to use chocolate. Sometimes I like to use dark brown because sometimes the dark brown can come up a little. But I just take a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show you how I dip. So I take it and then I dip a little bit and then I clean it off on the sides. Because if you use too much of this product, your ass is grass, okay? I take my brush, angle just like this. You want to take the angle and you want to, you know, angle it with your actual eyebrow. If you try to do it like this, that's just not going to work. If you try to do it like this, it's just awkward. So it's just really natural for the angle brush to follow the actual shape of the eyebrow. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm holding my brush like this. Excuse my ashy ass knuckles, okay? Okay, cool. We're not going to talk about them. I'm going to start right here. Very lightly make strokes at the bottom, like very, very lightly. As I get to the end, I get a little bit more heavy-handed. Dip again, put on the sides. I skip the middle part and then I just go straight to the tail. Just like that. So then I leave the front part alone because I feel like that's all the product that it really needs. And then I go in with my spoolie. This is just a Wet n Wild spoolie. It has a pencil on the end, but I don't use the pencil, I just use the spoolie. So then I brush that through. I use like, instead of using like an upward motion, I use like a side swiping motion to blend this out. And I'm still using a very light hand because I don't want to blend all the product out, but I don't want that line there. So I dip again and then wipe off on the sides, and then I go in right up here. I start right up here with a very, very light hand, and then I'll just trace. Right through there. Fill in. Very, very light hand. Blend that out. So now, taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey, I just take this, I always put it on the back of my hand. Put that on the back of my hand. I take my flat shader brush. This is by Sigma, and it is a E Rub the Hell Off brush. I think it's the E19, don't quote me, I'll put it in the bottom. There you go, it's just a flat brush. And then I just take my brush, dip it in that Warm Honey concealer, and then I just outline it very lightly. I like to start like lower because it's easier to go lower than to, you know, and work your way up than vice versa. Because if you go too high, then you got to go in with some more product and fix what you messed up. So I like using Warm Honey because it's lighter and most of the time it blends out. It takes a little bit more blending at the top. But at the bottom it acts as like a highlight for my brow bone. So I really like it. I really like using this. I used to use like a mixture of Warm Honey at the top of my eyebrows, but then I just stopped being lazy and just end up blending out some more. And then I end up covering it up with foundation at the top anyway. So as you can see, I kind of like messed up the tail right there. So I just take my angle brush again, and then I just kind of go over it just like that to fix my mistake, and then that's it. And with this Warm Honey, I like to drag this all the way down on my eyelid. the way down. Okay. And I like to bring it in towards my nose also. Just like that. I usually let that sit at the bottom so it can be a little harder to blend out, so you can kind of see the color a little bit. Go in with the warm honey again at the top. The top can be a little tricky, so I go in on with the side of my brush instead of just the, you know, the flat part. I go in with the side of my brush, and I start in the middle. Drag it, drag it. If you don't feel comfortable dragging, just keep doing these slow little motions. It's gonna take you forever, but if you're not comfortable dragging your brush, then use the slow motions. I use the slow motions towards the tail because this is usually where I always mess up, because it's so skinny down here. Yeah, so a little bit at the top right here. It's almost like parking a car, like you kind of got to inch your way through it. I like to blend the top out first because I just did that, and it's easier to blend when you first put it on there. So basically when I blend at the top, I just kind of blend and I go over the eyebrow a little bit, because I don't want that line to be at the top of the eyebrow. So I just go back with this blending brush and blend it. And then at the bottom, I just like to blend right here. I don't really like to go too far up and blend. And then that's it. I take my spoolie and I spoolie through them a little bit. Put them in place. And then that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this eyebrow, and I'll just leave this recording so you guys can kind of see me doing it, you know, like in regular like motion. This eyebrow always is easiest anyway because this isn't my problem eyebrow. So this eyebrow always takes me like no time at all because it really doesn't need that much filling in. No, I think that's okay. Okay. So yeah. Now my eyebrows are done. I'm gonna you can take a beauty blender and blend the rest of it out, like run the top of it out if you want to, but I'm just gonna end up, like I said, covering with foundation. So I'll be back once my whole face is done and y'all can see my eyebrows with, like, you know, y'all can see my eyebrows with everything else.